Howdy, guys. Attorney Walter Hnot. I wanted to go through something real quick. Basically, we had a conversation back in the day, which I was not super happy about, and that's that people were pushing me to write a letter, kind of like what these other so-called social justice warrior, YouTube channels were essentially doing, and they were promoting that they were updating this letter and sending it in and sending it in, and that you should be a part of this letter. But the reality is this: I did not feel that the letters that they were writing were realistic in their approach to the president of the United States, which was their intended audience. So what I did was I actually wrote, I took a full half an hour to sit down and write what I feel is an accurate letter that I would actually send to the president of the United States. Some of you guys will say, you know what, this is too mean, this letter is too aggressive, this letter is too this or that, but this is what I feel a president of the United States would actually read, as opposed to the stuff you see on these other YouTube channels about the fourth stimulus and the, like B2B channel and stuff like that. This is what I feel is a more accurate response to the president of the United States. And I really feel that I can send this in. Let's go ahead and begin it. Dear Mr. President, presidents wake up every morning with one thought: who will vote for them? And how much will they cost per vote? Some people get caught up in the ethics of it, but we are talking dinner plates at a wedding, and re-election can either be a sad small cake or a multi-tiered feast. The voting population with the greatest amount of swing voters exists within the pool of Social Security, retired, disabled recipients, and student loans. Mr. President, the Immigration Department has been ramping up the product to market. However, immigrants take 6 months to years to turn into valid voters. A CEO is tasked with understanding the current and future desires of their clientele so as to prepare their product for their eventual needs. America faces the greatest financial depression as a result of external product production, unsustainable benefit payout to worker income ratios, an increasingly unpopular and beyond ripe U.S. Federal Reserve currency, a post-COVID inflation roller coaster, a product distribution, taxation, and transportation cost issue, along with little old Russia and Ukraine. I'm going to make this quick with a bottom line solution. You want midterm and 2024 multi-tiered cake, maybe some applause at the wedding, but no one remembers the cheers the next morning when it's back to business. The retired and the disabled want more to live on. Telling starving people that they should have saved their whole life is like telling people their life's work isn't good enough. Could they have saved more? Maybe. Does it matter now? No. It's going to cost you some rich donors, but you are a second term and then limited president. You are what's called a sunset on a stopwatch. You make it to 2028, you'll be 85 years, 1 month, and 12 days old. How many more months do you wake up at that point in your own bed without a care in the world for all the people that cursed your name and also held it up high? At some point, it is not an old man's problem to put up with everyone else's shit. You have the funds and your kids are set. The dinner plates at this wedding will cost the income-earning rich each year to pay Social Security taxes on all of their earnings. No cap. Their entire annual yield taxed, just like the rest of us. Yes, they reap no benefit from paying more because society is what it already is, but like I said, it will cost you some rich donors. Yes, America will take one step closer to losing businesses, donors, investors, and future generations of innovation. But that's how much the retired and Social Security disability insurance recipients will cost per head, per plate at this wedding. You'll need 2 more groups. Massive numbers of immigrants, disabled, blind, refugees, and other people are part of supplemental security income and their voter block. They live on the least, which means you can buy them with the least. Low-hanging fruit, and their kids will remember to vote Democrat if you set their parents up to live better. The Restoration Act, it's really not that much to get rid of the marriage penalty, in-kind support and maintenance rule, maybe bump up the amounts they can receive, earn, and reserve. I understand that most are already voting Democrat in the SSI category, so do what you must, but still think about them. And finally, the student loans. This is your long-term voter block. Create a scheduled reduction of student loans over a 10-year period, allowing the government to prepare and the students to unload that burden off their shoulders over a decade's time. Presidents always want to be remembered, just like the Caesars of old, merciful, modern, and considerate. I can't put this any simpler, but if you want the people to vote for you, you need to make sure they have a good time at your wedding. When people show up to burgers and fries, it sends an unappreciated message, like the company appreciation pizza party. We can buy burgers and a slice on our own. Show us a little glimpse into why we allow the White House to be what it is, and why the Resolute desk deserves another go with you behind it. Or don't. We are all watching, and we are all curious. So basically, guys, Liberty, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Excellent. This is a letter that I can absolutely sign and send directly to the White House, because this represents, essentially, in my opinion, the information that somebody in that position would need to decide that they want to support the retired, the disabled, those on SSI and student loans. As you know, his numbers are very, very low. As you know, he wants a second shot for another 4 years after these. This letter addresses what he cares about: the voter blocks. What percentage of the voter block will roll his way? That's what they care about. A lot of people say, oh, he should love oh my goodness, that. Voter blocks. Percentage of winnings in the voter block. How many people are in this voter block? How many people are in this voter block? The bottom line is he needs a percentage that supports him. That's it. Could be anything. Could be the Christian voter block. Could be the African American voter block. The Latino voter block. Could be the whatever. The metal welders voter block. It could be the train voter block. The point is, this represents what they actually think about. All right, guys, I'm not going to do a bunch of videos. This is actually my one video for the day. I will catch you a little bit later. I have to head down to Fort Lauderdale to help my sister out with a little bit of rebuilding stuff down there. I will catch you later. You have a wonderful name, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, the doggies.